Hey guys, welcome back to the JPM Performance channel. It's of course time for a shop tour, and here we are. I know I was talking about how September was coming, but here it is. It's on top of us. Here we are, September 4th, and we've got ourselves a new calendar page that has a bunch of different folks on there. From Greg Ira to Eric Prill to Guy Marvin and Mike Taylor, Bill Miller's RX-7, which is now Jake Anton's, and we've got some of the cutie car on there, of course, and the podium from F Production from last year. You can see Steven and Ken, and of course Mason in the middle. So that must mean one thing: we're getting close to the runoffs, which is awesome. So let's jump right into our shop tour. This is going to be like deja vu right here on the bench because I haven't touched Stefan's engine yet because I was working on getting some other things done. Not only is this not a runoffs engine, but I needed to get, I wanted to get some of these other engines started. So you can see I've got 2 cylinder heads sitting here, so I'm waiting on parts. Got Wade McBride's and Denny Hightower's cylinder heads sitting here waiting on parts. Engines are apart, diagnosed, parts ordered. This is the cycle of working on race motors, so always have a bunch going at once. So trying to get some of that stuff going. But the other thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to get Ken's car going. So you can see it's on the main lift, which might make you think I'm just getting started on the corner weight and alignment, but no. Corner weight and alignment has been done. The car has been on the dyno and is flawless. Thank you. Good girl. Everything is perfect. Couldn't be happier with the new engine, the way that the car is set up. Everything's awesome. I did notice when I was on the dyno that we had ourselves a slight problem that I didn't know about. So we're going to have ourselves a quick tip of the day. So a lot of you probably use steering wheels like this, and you have a button right here. What's that button for? That's obviously for your radio, so you can talk to your crew guy. So I like to put it to where when I'm on the straightaway, I've got easy access right here. And you can see on this one, I actually mounted it with a tiny Adele clamp here. And so the question is, what do you do with all of this? Because this can become a problem. So, and I'm going to show you exactly why it can become a problem. So depending on your steering column, if you have your steering wheel sitting on here like this, this can be hanging down in your lap, which can be kind of annoying. Sometimes I'll actually leave mine hanging like that, but it can be a little bit annoying. Sometimes, you know, guys will put maybe one loop over it. But what a lot of guys do is this. They'll go around and around and around, and they put their steering wheel on, and then by the time they get out on the racetrack or whatever, you can see what's happening here, and you can see what happened here. This got completely yanked. Now, I'm assuming that's what happened. I also know that the last time Ken drove this car, he was not a happy camper. So it's also possible that he went like this, and he just ripped the steering wheel off and tossed it. I do not know. I don't know if Ken will even chime in on that. But either way, new push-to-talk button is ordered, and we're going to have to get that going because Ken and Joe are not going to do too well with a button that looks like that. So, like I said, that's our tip of the day. I suggest either let it dangle or give it one wrap. Just enough to where it doesn't bother your knees and, like, you know, become annoying sloshing around. But you can see everything's done. So post dyno, back onto the lift, up in the air, drain the break-in oil out, pull the oil filter, take a look at the filter, make sure everything's cool. I'm going to pull off the dyno valve cover, put on the front cover for the engine, put the full cover on, change the oil, and basically the car's done besides cleaning. So the last thing I always do is clean the car. So, man, I'm super happy about this. We are looking good. The runoffs are still 4 weeks away. and we are under control, which is awesome. So Bill Verdeen was here yesterday and picked up his car, which, as you guys saw last week, was sitting here in the Camaro spot. And of course, Ken's car is off of its normal spot as well. So we're looking like wide open in here right now. It's kind of nice for a change to, you guys have seen all these shop tours, you know, sometimes it's packed to the gills, sometimes it's open. Do have a bunch of cars coming in for dynoing, just finished up. Of course, you guys know I record these the day before. Finished up, Don Tucker came by from Memphis, and we did a dyno session for him. Got his E-Production Miata all tuned up, as good as it can be, looking really good, and have Tyler Ladd and his dad showing up what will be today for a corner weight and alignment and dynoing as well. So, should be looking really good. That car also has a new engine. The other thing that we've gotten done, of course, it's a short week, right? So we had Labor Day on Monday. Look at the other thing that's done. It's amazing what you can get done when you put your mind to it. So, you know, I'm always talking about 15 minutes a day, but sometimes it takes a lot more than 15 minutes a day. So I've been spending some evenings working on the Mazda 2. So you can see the engine is completed. The engine is installed. The engine is running. The engine has its initial break-in done already. Everything's good. Everything's cool. So we're looking really good here. You can see I've got the nose on. Everything's looking good. I did pull off the wrap over here where I got had a little bit of damage from it was actually Matt Brannon, wasn't it, at Mid-Ohio. Got this beat out pretty good. I've got a little spot here. But now, of course, John's got a little bit of work to do with some new wrap. We'll get that taken care of. Plus, he's still going to do the back window. So we're looking good there. My list has been whittled down to almost nothing. So I've got tires to mount, wheels to clean, tires to mount, and we've got lots of time. Once I get all the new tires mounted, we'll get a set on the car, get it over onto the dyno, onto the lift as well. Probably do that, odds are, this weekend, because I don't have anything planned this weekend, and I'll be done with Ken's car by then. Corner weight and alignment first. That way I know all the tires and everything are pointing in the right direction, and we'll get this on the dyno as well. But we're looking really good. I'm feeling really good about being prepared this year. I know that I was, you know, chit-chatting about the valves a lot, but like I said, the valves were good. The valve lash turned out good. The motor, I'm very happy with this engine. So we'll see how she performs. The proof is in the pudding, like they say. So we'll get on the dyno, see how she does there, and more and more cars coming in this month, pre-runoff stuff to get done. Plus, I'm going to get all these other engines started. So we're actually looking really good. I'm really excited about all that. I'd love to see a cleaned off bench 4 weeks before the runoffs is always a good thing. So appreciate you guys watching as always. Looking good around here. The weather's getting good. It's runoffs time, guys. It is September. I love it. Appreciate you watching. Have a good rest of your week. Talk to you soon. Take care.